My kicks are upstairs.
Dude,
Yo!
been a while.
How's it going? Are you still doing the volunteering?
Yeah, I'm actually doing more now. In April, I'm
Oh,
gonna
cool.
do Mondays and Tuesdays from
Oh,
April.
nice.
Oh,
That's good.
yeah,
That's
this
really
is
good.
cool. So speaking of cooking, next week they do this sometimes where they just randomly rotate you between different jobs. So next week I'm in the
Hmm.
kitchen. So there you
Really?
go. Yeah, something
Are
different.
you a good cook? Are you good?
I'm okay. I can put together some good stuff. I make a very good
Hmm.
omelette. Apparently, that's what I've been told.
Nice.
But
Hopefully you
yeah,
make an omelette then.
but yeah, maybe I don't know. I'm the type
Hmm.
of guy. I love to cook for people, but I don't look like cooking for myself. I just find it like hassle. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I don't know. When it's for someone, it feels like it's worth doing because it's like to make them happy. So it's cool.
Hmm.
So what is it?
Christian, my God.
I feel exposed. Why are you laughing so much?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like you, Christian. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, bless you,
It's
brother.
not laughing at you. It's laughing at myself because of the situation. Because I spend a lot of time like watching your stuff, and obviously when we did the podcast and stuff, like I spent hours like listen to you talk and stuff, and like talking to you and everything, and then you know
I'm
it's not
surprised you didn't get
it's
a voice, to be honest.
it's surreal. It's surreal actually talking to you face to face because like because even though like I don't know, man, because I only see you on like Instagram, YouTube, and stuff, so it is like you're like really famous, if you get what I mean.
No,
That's just what it feels like. That's just what it feels like.
I would get it if I was famous, but I'm not. I'm just some guy trying to make videos.
Yeah, but that doesn't make a difference to me, does it?
I guess.
Because I still see you on my feed and stuff like that. So, mm,
Yeah. That's cool that you watch sometimes. I do kind of. I watch from afar at some of the stuff you do, and I like it when you try
yeah,
different stuff. That's always really cool. You know.
yeah, no. I mean, yeah, I don't expect you to watch too much because obviously, if you're not interested in what I'm talking about, then that's fine. Do you know what I mean? But
Always been the thing. Is like I'm not always interested in the content, but I like the way it's made. If you know what I mean.
mm,
It would be the same as like gaming channels. Like if someone sends me like Fortnite clips, you know,
mm,
watch it, and I'll be like, if they want me to give them advice, but you know. But I don't know. I mean, you know how it is. When you get like really busy and invested in your stuff, like you just don't really have much time for other people. I mean,
mm,
what I do is if it's someone in my network and they say, "Hey, can you please check this out?" I'll go check it out. But sometimes I'm
yeah,
not gonna name names, but there are people, even in our community, our little community that we got, where they'll send me a link. Like they won't talk to me once, and then they'll just send me a link and be like, "Oh, join my stream, watch my video," and
mm,
I'm like, "Fuck you and your stream." Like what? And like I won't say that. I just ignore it. But like I don't like that whole thing. I don't know.
yeah,
If it's with your mates, like you support your mates, but you don't have to support like every fucking thing that they do. Like
yeah, exactly,
also
yeah,
like so when you talk like okay, if you take you for example, right? I know you're a busy guy, right? So I'm not gonna come and be like, hey, pick up my video, come do this thing, come do because I know that A, that would piss me off, and B, you know, that just doesn't work to the most people.
mm.
What's up, Shadow Josh?
Shout out, George.
I don't know. Do you know what it is? I think it's interesting because when I met you, I learned a lot just about like what not to do and what to do and stuff. Like you taught me a lot of these things, and it's ironic. Ever since then, it's like progression. You know what I mean? There's been so many levels to this. Like a big one
Yeah,
is like you used to go on and on about like Christian, stop caring about the numbers, and I'd always be like, I don't care about the numbers, and then one day I genuinely just stopped
you
caring
did.
about
You did, though. You told me you didn't, but I knew you did.
it. It took, yeah, you know, you're right. It took a while.
But listen, everyone does. There are days when I wake up and I think, oh, like sod this isn't working and stuff. But and everyone has those days. But eventually, you get to the point where you actually think, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, regardless of who's doing it, and that's the key. That's the key that you've got to do. Because even for me, I've had times where I've like done something just because I thought, oh, this is going to do well, and it did, and it worked really well, and it definitely moved me along forwards. But I couldn't keep it up for very long, and I probably lost a lot of those people that I gained from doing that anyway. So it is just best to be like unapologetically just yourself rather than trying to do something that's, I mean, within reason as well, because obviously you need to make it marketable to other people, but you don't want it to be like pandering where you don't actually care about what you're talking about. And that's what I find good about what you do, is because it's not when you're like on a podcast with someone, or you're picking up a topic, like you're not like pretending you know everything about it. Like when I came on and we did the sneakers and stuff, and you posted clips about it, you weren't saying like, guys, join me, I'm a sneaker channel and stuff like that, and or whatever, and just like really trying to like over market it and stuff. You always let the other person bring what they like to the show, which I really like about that, because it's almost like you know how like Joe Rogan, he knows a lot about, he knows a little about a lot of different things, but there isn't just one main like genre for his show. He brings like everyone on. So that's what I really like about you. Like you've got like business people on there. You've got the Sonic fanboy guy on there. You've got
How are you gonna do Jack like that?
well, listen, it's good. It's good marketing, because every time I see Sonic now, I think of him, and I haven't had any interaction with him. I just know him from you, and every time I see Sonic, I think, oh, like I saw like they're making a second Sonic film. I didn't even see the first one, but I know, I'm like, oh, that guy that Christian's friends with is going to be so gassed that this film's coming out. Do you know what I mean?
That's pretty cool, you know. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
I've never spoke to the guy. I've never spoken to him before, so
I went to
seems
school.
to be doing something right.
School friend of mine.
Yeah, I remember you said.
It's weird. It's very weird.
What are your plans for Christian Reeve?
Oh, who cares? This is your life. We want to know about Jacko.
You just said you don't want to know about Childish Jacko.
No, I do want to know about Childish Jacko. That's why I'm here.
What do I have to say? Not a lot, to be honest. I mean, I'm just sort of, I don't know. I'm sort of moving on from the whole like, oh, this new shoe is coming out and stuff like that. Like, I'm kind of moving away from that now. I don't know. I'm just still just trying to enjoy myself and just doing what I like. You know, I exercise like every day and stuff, so I just thought I might as well incorporate that. And what's that?
Like a machine. I see the TikToks, man.
Yes, you know.
Pissed you off, man.
Yeah. you always say that, man. You always say that.
Yeah, but like there's doing a bit of training, and then there's what you do, which is like it's like a fucking training montage.
Going mad. Yeah. No, to be fair, I take it
mad.
I take it slow a lot of the time, but when I know that I'm like recording, I want to make sure like it's you know, it looks good. So there is a bit of like over exaggeration. Yeah. But normally it's just normal, you know, you got to get the technique down and stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah, yeah, and then I've got jiu-jitsu opening back up in about a month.
Oh,
So that'll be good. Jiu-jitsu is like more. It's not punching and kicking. It's more like wrestling, kind of. That's how I'll
yeah.
describe it. So
Amateur,
kind of like wrestling.
yeah.
Not like WWE.
Amateur wrestling.
Like grappling, like takedowns and then some
Amateur
like some.
wrestling is.
Okay, but you started cheering, and I was like, Christian's a WWE guy,
No,
so
I like
I didn't know if you. Yeah.
of types. So obviously, yeah, WWE. I don't even watch WWE anymore, to be honest. I watch other promotions, but yeah, that's professional wrestling. But amateur
Yeah.
wrestling, I'm actually more interested in amateur wrestling. Like when you see wrestlers in professional wrestling that wrestle with amateur wrestling, those are the matches I like. So like I remember there was a WrestleMania match one time between Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle, and they just did for the first like 20 minutes just pure amateur wrestling, and it was fucking sick.
I've seen.
But yeah,
Yeah.
wrestling's pretty. It's not like professional wrestling. It's very quick. It's mostly just holds, isn't it, or just trying to close down your opponent so they can't move or something like, or try and pin them
Yeah.
as possible. It doesn't. There's no showy shit really.
No, it is like a game of like chess. Like you need to think like if I stick my arm out here to get it round him, then is he gonna like do some kind of lock on my arm? Where is his leg? Where is so you've got to really plan ahead. It's much more of like a mental game. I've realised because there were times where I'm like I don't know I'm quite a big guy. I'm 6'3" and I weigh 100 kg. So like I'm like one of the biggest people that I've actually wrestled with, but even these little guys are like tying me up and stuff because I didn't have the experience to like know where to not go. Do you know what I mean? Because I've only been doing it for like a couple months, so I'm completely just like useless in terms of anything other than brute strength, basically. So yeah, but once I get the technique down, then it's game over.
Look forward to seeing it, man. It's cool. I hope we can
Mm.
somehow watch it someday. That would be really cool to see.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've got a friend. He's at uni, and he's doing like some martial arts, like jujitsu kind of stuff. So, and he's looking at doing like a podcast or something like that, maybe
Cool.
surrounding that. So, yeah. So we're looking at maybe getting together and doing some bits together, and
Uh,
just
Jack is
so.
getting interesting again, is he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, okay, but you know.
It'd be cool, man.
We've spoken about that before. We've spoken about that before. The reason why
Just
that
a
thing.
little leg. Come on, man.
Okay.
I'm glad things went the way they did because it opened up the way for my podcast. Like, it's weird. I actually felt like it was more stressful doing our podcast than it is doing mine. I don't know why that is because it's actually really straight,
Well,
but for some reason it was
yeah.
really.
I think the reason is because there were three of us that needed to be there all the time, like every single time.
Yeah.
Whereas like for you, it's just when are you free and when is whoever you're interviewing or whatever, or if like
Let's
you're
go.
doing it.
1 second.
Okay. No way.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I ordered a pizza.
Oh my god. What is it? Domino's.
Nah, Pizza Hut. Fuck Domino's.
Nice. What?
At Pizza Hut, you get the nachos, man. That's what it's about. Real
Domino's
ones,
is the best for me.
real ones, no.
Domino's is the best.
Domino's is alright. I don't know. I had enough of Domino's in uni, to be honest. I'm kind of sick of Domino's.
Yeah, you do get it where you eat something too much and then you go off it a bit.
You're right about that with the TCJ thing. The only regret I have with TCJ is I kind of wish we'd done more. That's my only because we had chemistry, but I think like it was supposed to be like that. I don't know about for you guys what the lessons were, but for me, it taught me like how to organize. Because ironically, I approach things the same way. Like in a lot of the episodes we did, I'd write stuff down. I'd write notes, pages of notes. And every time I do an interview or anything, I always do research on my guest. And the funny thing is, now I'm more confident. Like, I don't even end up asking my guests a lot of questions. Like, I kind of do it like Joe Rogan, to be honest. I just kind of like see what happens, and I just use the questions as like a guide, like if I need to. And I feel with podcasting, you just have to keep doing it. Like, you just have. I know that sounds really obvious, but like that's really the key to it. Is you just keep doing it, get more and more confident, and eventually you're off to the races, I guess.
Yeah. No, well, I'm glad. Obviously, I'm sure we all learned something as well. Like Aaron, I'm sure it drove him probably closer to just wanting to do what he's doing now, if you know what I mean.
It's interesting.
You know,
he's taken a totally different trajectory. Like, he's chasing his dream. He's at university now, he's studying for this, and he's obviously making games and stuff, and he's chasing his dream, and I think that's awesome. But I don't think he's actually really doing YouTube at all anymore. Like, he told me the other day he's going to close down his Discord, and I was like, fair. I mean, you know, because I think it's kind of like what you said earlier. Like, if you're just doing stuff because you feel like you have to, or like because it will get attention, like, it'll always be shit. And I'm not saying his stuff was shit or anything like that at all. Like, it was always good, but like, you know, because I've done it. I've made like reaction videos where I spent ages putting it together, and then it would get like a certain amount of views, and I was like, "Fuck this! I don't want to do this. Like, this isn't fun. Like, it's just, you know what I mean?" And I think that's key, isn't it? You just got to do what's fun, what you enjoy.
I'd say for me, it was like I realised I was making videos about shoes that I didn't actually care about, because I knew that they were popular, so I knew that it was gonna pop, but I didn't like specifically like talk about stuff that I wanted to talk about, if you get me.
So are you not going to do it at all anymore then? Is this like total change then, or is it like you'll do it occasionally or something?
I think I'm not gonna pigeonhole myself and say that I'll never do it again.
Okay.
But obviously, if something that I obviously have an interest in it in my own life anyway, so I still talk to all the people that I used to talk to anyway on Twitter and stuff, and so nothing's really changed there. I'd say like if I pick up a shoe, like if I get a shoe, then I'll probably review it and stuff. But I'm not gonna lie.
It'd be like, oh.
Yeah, and if I find one, then I'll No, like because I obviously I still have an interest in it. So if I do find something that I really want to talk about, or I pick up some new stuff, then I'll definitely talk about it. But other than that, I'm not.
Is like short TikTok reviews where you like when things open up again, like shoe stores are open up again, and you can just like duck by them and just be like, I don't know, for like 30 seconds, be like, quick review of the latest Nike Air Jordans or whatever, and you just talk about it for like 30 seconds. I think that'd be so sick. And you just put some like dope music behind it and shit, and just have some fun with it. Like, because that's the key. Like, I like with everything that I do now, I always just think about like, well, how can I make this enjoyable for myself? So like you take the live streams, like I only do it like twice a week on the days that like do better, like there's actually people there, and I just have fun with it. I'm like, you know, you can ask me whatever you want, we'll have a little jam, we'll have a little chat. It always it evolves into something, and that's kind of the key, isn't it? Like you said, if you're just putting the stuff out there and it just feels like a slog. Like some days I don't even upload on my main channel. There are days where I just don't upload, and it feels weird. It feels like I'm missing out on something, but I think that's better, you know. Kind of like give it breathing space. I don't know.
Yeah, if you don't have something to post, then there's no point posting for the sake of it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah,
it's weird though. I'm kind of more addicted to that whole like TikTok short stuff now and the YouTube shorts. That shit's addictive, man. Like, oh Jesus! Ever since I started doing that, it's like because you get ideas. You get like, oh, I could do this comedy skill. You know, like I did a duet with a guy earlier that does like guitar covers, and
Yeah,
he was just playing like Smith's tune. I was like, oh, I'll quickly collab that. That'd be fun, or you know, duet or whatever. It's fun. I can see why people like TikTok so much now. I get it. It is quite a lot. Like, I think it inspires creativity in a way that a lot of the apps don't really do, because like you can kind of there's less. It's like less effort is involved, but you can still achieve a lot with it, if you know what I mean. Because with YouTube, you have to like buy yourself a fucking camera, sit down, you know,
it has
go.
to be like it has to be like over 5 minutes and like
Yeah,
or over 10 minutes for some people, and it has to be like perfect audio quality and stuff. But for TikTok, it's just like people just screaming into their microphones and they're getting like loads. So
I
yeah,
saw something the other day where this woman was like, she's just. It was like, which TikToker are you? And like, thankfully, I was none of them. But one of it was really funny. One of them was like, are you the type of TikToker that just points at quotes? And I was like, there's so many of those people. Literally, all that fucking TikTok is just a bit of good music, them going like that.
yeah,
They get like 40K views. Fuck you!
yeah. Oh, I
Joke.
don't know how that's even possible. Did you stopped TikTok like in the middle, didn't you?
Yeah, I
You
didn't do
like
it
quit with it?
6 months, 7 months, something like that.
Mm.
I think, you know, the truth is, I heard about that whole China thing, and I was like, ooh, that sounds bad. And I also kind of thought, like, you know what, I'm not really going anywhere with it. I don't get it. Now I get it. Like for example, I'm ashamed to admit this, but like, I discovered something with the text the other day, literally like a couple of weeks ago. So if you look at my TikToks, no longer do they just have the text. Now they have like the border
Bubble
thing.
round it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Really figured out how to do that by accident like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, that's how you do that. And then suddenly I got a bit more inspired. So yeah, I don't know. It's like you said before, just you told me this ages ago. I think it was when you was like, oh yeah, you should do reels. And I was like, no, fuck that. Why would I do reels? And now I'm doing reels. It's like, it's a change of attitude. You just got to like try stuff just for fun. Just see where it goes.
exactly. And if you didn't try it, then you would have never got that 26K video, and there'll
It
be
was
certain, and you wouldn't have found. Yeah,
Here's really funny. So, I don't know if you remember, I was posting a ton of screenshots on Instagram of like some hater I had on TikTok. Did you? I don't know if you, do you see?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think you might have commented. No, maybe you saw one of them. I don't know, whatever. Basically, this guy was like obsessed with me and just kept commenting on everything like, oh, you're shit, you trash, die, you know, all that stuff. And I was clowning on him to the extent that I made like reply videos back at him where I was like hating on haters and all this shit. And his very final comment before he gave up was that he said, oh, well, you know, you'll never get past 20 followers and it's a joke like how many like lack of views you get, all this, right? Since he said that, I've gone up to like 130 followers. And like my videos average at least like 100 views, which doesn't sound like a lot, but like if you look at it consistently, it's kind of mad. And I always just keep thinking back to that guy, and I'm like, oh man, he must be pissed now.
Well, that was the last thing he said. So he obviously saw that and then just thought, well,
No. So he said that, and then like it was steady progression. I think the next week I got like 10 followers. And then after that, it's kind of gotten increased. Like I think the thing that got me loads of viewers or followers was that 26K one, and then another one recently which got like 6K or something. So basically, I'm just really pushing those podcast clips, trying to kind of put that out there. See what people are interested in. Really, see it's controversy. Anything which is obvious, but anything that gets people talking, like. On the one that had 26K, the comments that I saw were like people arguing. There was a lot of people correcting and saying like, oh, you're wrong, you're misinformed, blah, blah, blah. And then people just started having arguments in the comments, which I was just sitting there thinking, engagement.
That's what happened to me, because I had I had one that was, I think it got like 110k views or something, and it was one where I made a little edit, and it was like two funny guys, and I said like, oh, people would hate if these guys died or something, and it was like
Yeah,
it was like the little Beetlejuice guy, and then the EDP something, or who makes funny videos, and then I put myself on there. I put myself at the end, and for the most part, the comments were like, because people thought that the Beetlejuice guy died, so
yeah.
everyone was just there's actually hundreds of comments on there saying he's dead, no he's not, yeah he is, oh look it up, look on this, watch this interview and stuff, and all shouting at each other. And then there are even more people saying, oh I don't even know who that last guy is, fuck that
Yeah,
last
there was
guy,
one
like
comment
I
I
hope he
saw
dies, and
where it's like,
and everyone was just saying like, I hope he dies, I hope he dies. Yeah.
that was my favorite of yours was the one where you did. It was like a video of Baskin or something, and
Yeah,
it was something like, oh, what was it? Like you made it.
I, I know what one you're talking about. It's the you know the uh song about Carol Baskin. You know that, you know the,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
I put, oh my, and then I put, oh my god, I can't believe they made a song of, no, they made a documentary about this song. Like I got
That's
it the other way around. And then
yeah.
people started commenting like, oh, you're such an idiot. You thought it was, and like actually taking it seriously.
That was amazing. Big
Yeah.
brain jokes.
Well, yeah. I always try and think of like things to just like annoy people. I think like it's just funny on there.
That was dope.
So
Loved it. I
yeah,
thought it was really cool, man. I think that kind of inspired me to start doing it again as well. Because like now I actually enjoy it. I don't just try to get views anymore with anything I do.
yeah,
And that's the whole thing, isn't it? Once you stop trying to get views, you stop trying, and you just like you do the things you need to do. Like you have like calls to action and shit. Like you'll see if you watch one of my YouTube videos, like you'll see normally there'll be like a little clip where I'm like, hey, please subscribe. That shit's still there. But
yeah,
even little things like instead of having my Instagram or my TikTok, I have my YouTube instead, and sometimes it gets subs. So I think it's about not trying to like force your stuff down people's throats, and just generally just focusing on making good content, and then kind of just letting it speak for itself. And then when people do ask you, push it, push your stuff.
yeah. I
But
think that people get caught up in like they feel like they should be asking more. Like they feel like it should be like, oh please, like check this out, or click on this link or whatever. But really, they underestimate the power of just entertaining someone, and they'll find it for themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like if I watch someone's content and I really like it and I want to see it again, I'll go and check their video if I really like it. Do you know what I mean?
you
Like
got
there is a small minority where if you ask, maybe they might do or something. But for the most part, if you just focus on entertaining people, then it will just come naturally. Like that's just how it is, because no one's going to be like, oh I hated this, but because he asked me to follow, I'm going to follow now, are they? So I think like you said, just focusing on making the content good in itself, and then it just comes naturally. So
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always worth just putting those CTAs there just to remind people. Because
yeah,
people, I do it. Sometimes you just watch a video and then you click away. Like if you have a mini thing that just tells you to subscribe, you probably will. But
mm, yeah,
obviously, with these mediums like TikTok where there isn't that option, yeah, it's trickier. I mean, and I think I do agree. I think you've got to mostly let the content speak for itself. Like when I do my live streams, because I use Restream, I put like a little link at the bottom that says like
yeah,
christianreeve.com/links. So if you go to that page, it literally has every single fucking link related to me.
mm,
I thought about this. I was like, there's got to be a way I can promote everything.
all in one. Yeah,
Yeah, in a clever way, right? And so now when I get new people drop in the stream, I'll be like, make sure you go to christianreeve.com/links and you'll see this, and this. And then I'll just carry on or whatever. And I
mm,
let the live stream be like the advert, essentially.
yeah. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'm thinking. I was thinking of starting to stream on like Twitch or something like that again.
You
But I
should.
don't know. Yeah.
Just something that
Well,
makes you laugh, have fun. Maybe do your cooking stuff, man. Like fuck it, why not? Let's have some fun with it.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking actually today because I was like, do I record this for later or do I just live stream myself making it? And I think next time I'm gonna try just live
Al-
streaming it.
Always live stream. That's my advice. Because the good thing about it is you get typically you'll always get interactions because people when they're going on people's lives they want to be entertained, they want to see what's going on. So like what we're doing now, a chat like this is way more interesting than someone just I don't know, like I've seen some people. I remember seeing one girl where she was playing a game off screen so you couldn't see it, and it was the live was just of her face and she wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention. You'd ask her questions and try to get something out of her but she wouldn't do anything, and a lot of people
Yeah.
do. You got to think about like, how can I make this entertaining, in a way that people like I'm not forcing it upon the people. So like a good example of what I mean is if I start a live stream, I'll start talking about something straight away.
Yeah,
Or
because
start,
that's what I was just about to say. Because I've always noticed that whenever I join your stream, even if you're not answering like the chat's question or like interacting with someone on there like we are or something, you're either telling a story, you're talking about something that happened to you that day, you're talking about like something that you watched or whatever. So I definitely would take like inspiration from you in the regard of like I'm going to make this live stream and talk about this topic, and then if people come and ask other questions then you can sort of branch off into different things because like I know what you mean because I've seen on like Instagram and stuff and like TikTok and everything people just do live streams and they're just like hello, and then they're just like hello Shadow Josh, hello unlimited do you know what I mean, like they just
40-year-olds. Hello,
yeah they're
hello.
like okay
Is
we've
it
got 10
on?
viewers.
Is the camera?
Yeah,
I can't see. I don't understand.
yeah, or like you said they're just with the Xbox controller like thank you for the sub. Thank you. Thanks for following me.
Hey, you just
Like, they're just not saying anything.
yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you got to come prepared. Like the way I look at it is, imagine that this is like a show. Imagine like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? And like a show, they don't tend to be user interactive. Do you know what I mean? Like you might have that as a part of it, but generally speaking, people come and expect to be entertained. So deliver the entertainment. You know,
Mm.
it's very rare that I'll sit and wait. Like I kind of like, here's a really good example. So like every Friday, I've noticed that in the first kind of 20, 30 minutes, there's not many people around. I'm just talking by myself. And then it just fucking pops up. Like after that, like every sort of half an hour, like I ended the stream yesterday with people still in there. There was like 6 or 7 people in there and the chat was still pretty good, but I was just fucking tired because it was like 3.5 hours of streaming.
Yeah.
So like you just got to kind of like, structure it in that way, and that's why the VODs are useful, I think, and why I only do it twice a week. So it's like you look forward to it when it happens, you know. But I think it's good because with Instagram it's different because it's more random. So
Yeah.
with YouTube it's like people know, okay, every Friday and Sunday we'll see it. But with Instagram you can just fucking pick up your phone and do it whenever, and like, I think that's really cool. Like, oh, wow, there's a stream. Like, he hasn't streamed in ages. I'll go join. I'll see what he's doing. Like, you know, it's that intrigue, isn't it? You know, I mean, fuck, I did like a podcast on here the other day, you know.
I saw that. I saw you did one. Yeah, you uploaded it in the end, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I do more on here, and I need to figure it out what I'm gonna do because shout out to Buckmeister. He told me like, oh, you should put it on YouTube, and it's like the quality is just not good enough. Like,
Yeah.
if I was going to do it, I'd need at least a couple of them so I could justify putting it on. Because I would set up a new, like, I don't consider it to be on par with the actual
Like
podcast
the main series. Yeah. It would need to be like its own thing. Yeah.
because the quality isn't there. Plus, there's the interaction thing of like occasionally reading out comments and stuff from the live chat. Because I have thought about it, plenty of times. I've always thought about, like, wouldn't it be cool to have user interactivity and people can ask their questions and I can be like a host, you know. But at the same time, like, the quality's got to be there. And that's why we did that episode that way. Because when I had him in the Zoom call, it was, oh man, it was like 90s internet, man. It was so bad.
Is there not a way to, because do you still do your podcast through Zoom? Do you still do it through Zoom? Is there a way to maybe like live stream the Zoom call to like YouTube or something? Because that would be cool. Like if you could stream it straight, like you could, you know how like does Joe Rogan do that, or are you still on YouTube where he would just like stream it straight up there with like and just talk on there?
Yeah, he streams it live on YouTube.
Do you think there's a way of doing that? Maybe you'd have to have like an extra like screen recorder or something to upload it, like to
that would be one day when it becomes a bigger entity. Basically, I'm just basically going to steal Joe Rogan's setup. That's what I'm going to do. One day, I'm going to do basically Joe Rogan podcast, and unashamedly, I'll admit that. Like, it'll be different because with me, I'd say the one biggest difference between me and Joe is that I do like. I mean, I can't speak for him. Maybe he does do a lot of research, but I do like a fuck ton, and I really try to rely more on those questions rather than in the moment. Like, I let the conversation go where it needs to go, you know, but I'm always trying to put it back so that we at least get a good indication of like who this person is, projects, what they're doing, you know. Like, I always make sure that that's in there. Whereas I've noticed with Joe, like, sometimes he won't even ask them about their most current stuff. He'll just go wherever. And I think you got to take each podcast as it comes. Like, once I've had someone on my podcast once, the other times we can go fucking anywhere. There's no rules. That's how I consider it. You know, that first time it has to be, because you got to make your audience care. It's like, well, who the fuck is this woman or man or whatever? Like, why should we care about them? What do they do? Why are they even on your podcast? You got to fill in the blanks. I mean, I just impose this shit on myself. No one's told me to do this, but it just seems logical to me. It's like, that's how you should do it. You know, you should inform as much as you can and just provide as much information as possible. And I think I naturally try to make things look more professional. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just the business background I have. I just naturally gravitate towards that. But I kind of adapt to my guest as well. If there's like a business guest on, my questions are more centered around that. If it's someone who's in music, it'll be all music questions mostly. And I think that kind of makes it interesting for different types of viewers. Like, if you're a musician, you look at the music episodes. If you're a business owner, business person, you only look at the business and marketing episodes. I try to look at it like that. But it's still a growing entity. It's still such early days, even at this point.
I'm excited. And I'm excited. One day I'm going to come and we're going to do a in-person, like a Joe Rogan thing. I'm going to bring my microphone.
In real life.
We're going to have like 2 camera angles, and we're going to just be like roasting each other and talking about and catching up and stuff. It'll be sick.
I can't
That'll
wait.
be good.
Wait to have my own setup. It's going to be fun. I've got a rough idea of what I want it to look like, but yeah, I basically just want to like steal all the ideas from the podcasts that I subscribe to and just do it.
Are you gonna have a light? Are you gonna have like a light? You know how they have like the writing behind them in some podcasts, like they have like the LED. Is it LED or like the bulb?
I would just have a bunch of shit in the background, like just odds in it, because I've got a lot of stuff that I've accumulated over the years. Because I just like sentimental stuff, and that's what I would put in the back. I probably would have a sign, I guess. We'll have to do some sort of branding. Like, you know me, it's all about money. Like, I just don't have the funds right now. But when I do, I've got big visions for what it will basically become. But, you know,
I'm so excited. That's mad. That'll be so good.
Anyway, I'm gonna go eat my food. But you have a wonderful stream. Make sure you keep doing these because you're awesome at these, and Yeah, chat
Thank you,
soon, man.
man. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all the support and stuff just in every normal days and when I talk to you on Discord and stuff. I was gonna ask, is this recorded or not, or did I have to hit record or something?
So when you end your stream, it will give you the option of whether or not you want to save it and share it.
Okay, all right. Okay, yeah. Do you mind if I take some clips and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, it's your stream. Do what you want with
Cool.
it.
Okay.
All right, bro.
All right.
Love you.
I'm gonna end the stream now as well, but yeah, no, I'll probably come back on maybe tomorrow or in the next few days or something because it's been fun. But yeah, I'll speak to you soon.
Take care, brother. Love you. Bye.
Love you too, man. In a bit.